In another world, this T20 series between England and Pakistan would have had so much context in the build-up to the T20 World Cup 2020 only weeks later. But in the current world with the coronavirus pandemic, it didn't really have that much context. But it had on offer a lot of contest, which ended in a damp squib as rain played SPOILSPORT yet again. This is how all the action in the first T20I played out. The Tom Banton show arrives. Pakistan's spinners strike back as rain plays SPOILSPORT. On a cloudy evening in Manchester, Pakistan won the toss and put England into bat first. Pakistan fielding quite a few similar faces from their test squad into this T20I, while also playing two of their most experienced players in the format, Shoaib Malik and Mohammad Hafiz, both of whom opened for Pakistan in their first ever T20I almost 15 years back. England had a new side altogether, no test players in this 11. But England's start with the bat was shaky. Johnny Bairstow hit one straight to Imad Wasim in the very first over. He was out, caught and bowled. And after that, Pakistan could have had another wicket off Shaheen Afridi. Tom Banton could have been out caught in the slips, but Iftikhar dropped a sitter. But that didn't mean that England went on to score inside the power play. Their scoring was subdued, so much so that they could only manage 3 boundaries inside the first 6 overs, only notching 34 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. But on the other side of the power play was the Tom Banton show. He took on the spinners, especially Shadab Khan, who he hit for 3 sixes, 2 of them consecutively. He was liking how the spinner was bowling to him and he was taking them to the cleaners. In the meanwhile, though, David Malan was run out because of a confusion between him and Tom Banton, but that didn't seem to stop Banton at all. And at the other end with him was the man in the form of his life, Eoin Morgan, who reverse swept his very first ball for a 4. You knew that you were in for quite an exhibition of shots. Tom Banton brought about his half century and looked set for a big one, but one skyer too many and he was out caught. Then was out Eoin Morgan, then Moeen Ali, and then Lewis Gregory too. England had lost 4 wickets for just 14 runs. You could see that this batting order was shaken to the core, as out in the middle was Sam Billings and Chris Jordan. This was heading for a very interesting finish, save only for the rain to come down on the umpteenth occasion in this English summer, and the players had to walk off. There was a race against time and it seemed like we may be in for a 5 overs Pakistan chase, but not to be. Rains did not relent as the first T20I between England and Pakistan ended with a no result. Rains played quite a SPOILSPORT in the test series, affecting the last 2 tests between England and Pakistan. They've now affected the first T20 international as well. Going forward, we can only hope to see excellent cricket and very little of this rain.